What's up guys, DuArktik with another Raid Shadow Legends video. We are finally back. I have been sick for a while. I was not able to speak. I had the shortness of breath and so on. And because of that I couldn't speak at all. But we are sort of back, not at 100% still. It's still very hard for me to speak continuously. But at least we are better than in the past few days. Okay, so we have some big announcement in Raid in regards to the returning fusions, and this feature is absolutely insane. They actually blow everyone's expectations in regards to what we were predicting, and that's the cool thing about Raid, right? Is that we ask for a feature, we expect 50, and they give us 100. So yeah, at least from my experience, and it's not on everything, but at least on this one, it's definitely going to be the case. So we're going to take a look at this video and see how this new fusion system is going to work for past fusions. And at the end of the video, we're going to take a look at a few details that you have to pay attention, because there are better ways to take advantage of these fusion opportunities. So keep that in mind. There will be an optimal way to make these fusions and get more out of them. So we'll break down at the end of the video. So, as always, if you guys like the information on these videos, make sure to share it with your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe for more Raid Shadow Legends content. And make sure to smash that like button like a boss. Man, it's painful. Breathing, it's so problematic, but okay. Okay, so we're going to take a look at the video. Let's see.
With another champion that featured in a previous fusion or fragment event. Let's break down how it will work. First, you'll need fusion tokens. You can earn one of these every time you complete a fusion without changing the champion out. Once you have fusion tokens, you can change out fusion champions for the ones you've missed previously. Depending on the champion you want.
Okay, so that's cool, right? We complete fusions, we will acquire fusion tokens, and after that we can use those tokens to replace a current fusion for another that we missed in the past. And I'm going to assume, right, I'm going to assume that the one we are skipping now, we can also do afterwards when it's more convenient for us. Now, the question is, there are three types of fusions. You have fragment fusions, you have the rares, and then you fuse into epics, and then you fuse into legendaries. And you have the ones where you get fragments for the epics and then you fuse the legendaries. So those two last ways, I can kind of understand how it works with this system. But the first one we mentioned, the fragment fusion, I'm not exactly sure how it's going to work based on what we see right now on the screen. And now we have the information that the fusions will be divided in 3 tiers based on their battle power. And we can see that some of these fusions are void, and we have other very powerful fusions that we had recently as well. So this is actually another thing that you have to take into consideration. Is it going to be better for us to skip this specific fusion that is not as good for a much better one? On top of that, we also have Sir Nicholas here and Tormin, which these champions have been available through different methods. Like for example, the, how do you call this? The bazaar, is it the bazaar? The market? Yeah, the bazaar token trader. So because they have been on the token trader, there is a chance that next time the token trader refreshes, one of these fusions will be placed there. And that means that instead of making this fusion, for example, Sir Nicholas, you can do something else instead and buy from the bazaar. So again, these are all things that we have to start paying attention to it and start planning accordingly.
Want to change to, the cost will be different. There'll be 3 tiers based on a champion's strength, and changing to them will require.
So one thing that we can see here is that Roxem is in none of these fusions, and Roxem right now, based on his rework, is very, very powerful. Probably stronger than the Cross, maybe to the same level as Tolin. So that means some of the more older fusions that recently got reworks, they will not be affected in the same way, right? So if there is a huge power surge like it happened with Roxanne, you can still do a cheaper fusion and still obtain that champion. And this is going to be even more important when you have a soul specifically for that champion, right? So I think that makes sense.
Require either 1, 2, or 3 fusion tokens. An ongoing fusion event will be required.
Other champions you can take here is that all void champions are on the first tier, of course, makes sense. Then we have Yukimasa, we have Eostrid, Wixwell, Python, we have the Rat, we have Mighty Uugo, we have Crackhead, Thor, this guy Armans, Queen and Cora. Then we have this guy as well. This guy I think is a little bit outdated. This guy also is not good based on the meta right now. And then we have I can't remember anyone. We have Fabian, Gnut, and the Helicat. And this is, I don't remember this guy's name. Rotos, right? Rotos. Okay. So yeah, the thing about these champions, like some of these champions are really good. Other ones are not that good. Once again, like Rotos on the Mercurial meta is nothing special. Gnut is nice, but if you got it from a shard, or if you got someone like the new girl, or you got Marius, is it going to be super irrelevant? I'm not sure. Between Gnut and Marius, I would rather go for Marius. So this is another fusion that you might consider skipping. So this is another thing that you have to plan based on your roster, which one you are going to choose. And yeah, and once again, pay attention to the market, right? Because if you have duplicates of champions, you can trade for these life tokens and you can get Sir Nicholas from here. So instead, what you can do is do the fusion for Lady Noel if you skipped it, right? So that would be huge, right? For the price of one, you are getting two, and both of them are amazing, and especially together. So that could be game changing for Siege, Arena, Faction Wars, and any place where you can use both of them at the same time. So that's actually pretty awesome.
For this feature to be available. You also won't be able to change to a champion that you've already obtained during their original fusion, fragment summon, or via shards.
Okay.
And once you've changed once, that's it. You're committed. You can't change the champion again, so choose wisely. Here's some good news though. If you changed the champion out but didn't complete the fusion for whatever reason, any fusion tokens you spent will be refunded. And last but not least,
okay, so that's everything in regards to the fusions. I think this is going to be really, really cool. There are a bunch of fusions that specifically I would like to get, especially Fabian, because he's just so overpowered. And at the same time, this can help you get your faction wars on normal and on Ardan much faster. Here I have the fusions since 2023 because I was already making a database for this. And we have, for example, here Rasselvarg. I don't have any legendary champion of the Skinwalkers faction, so I will probably be looking at one or two. So we have Rasselvarg, we have Bambush, and I'm going to assume that both of them are going to be tier 2, so that's cool. And then we have, let's see, we have Ancora, we have Armans. Armans I would actually skip it right now because of the Mercurial meta, is just too strong for it. Wixwell, I think a lot of people will make the mistake of rushing for Wixwell, and you already have Titus and so on. The problem is that it's all about what really matters for the game. Is it better for you to get a little bit more points on your Hydra Clash, or is it better to get a champion, a legendary that unlocks some new content that you don't have available to you? So I think a lot of people will rush to go for Wixwell or something like that. But again, this is just going to increase your Hydra Clash rewards. And it might not even be the case, right? Because the more you get points on Hydra Clash, then you are facing a lot stronger people, and it will be less likely for you to get those rewards. So I think this is going to be a huge mistake that people make, is going for champions like Wixwell. And yeah. In regards to the other champions, we have Mad Hatter here that can be very, very useful. I'm also looking for champions on Undead Hordes and Knights Reverend. So that's going to be cool as well. We have a few options here. And then you get to the point where you don't have any other fusion that you want, so you go back and you do the fusions that you skipped, right? But what we can also take a look in regards to the rotation of the fusions is that you have a few times a year where you can skip fusions. For example, Cross, I think most people will skip Cross. Noldua was really trash, so those are the best months for you to skip, November, February. Let's see the other ones. Ishiyama, I would probably skip as well, so May. And Lisantir was mid, so that's something in order to take into consideration. Gretel, not sure about that. But yeah, so once again, it seems like February and then November and also May. Those are going to be the best 3 months for you to skip fusions based on the past year. We have to compare it to previous years as well, but yeah, this might be the case. Yeah, Jetni is a trash fusion. Ugir was a trash fusion, so there you go. Ancora, like, she's not bad, but she's mid, at least in today's meta and without a boyfriend, so that's something to take into consideration. April, we had Eostrid and Wixwell, so both of them were really strong. So this year it didn't apply. Stock is also pretty solid. So yeah, so 2024 was a special year where all the fusions were very solid. But based on 2023 and 2025, February, November, and May were the best years to skip. So we'll see if that's going to be the case or not. But that's all the information that I have for you guys right now and analysis. I hope you guys enjoy it. Definitely something very, very interesting to see in the near future. I have never seen a game like this that allows you to go back and complete things that that are no longer available. And the other thing that you have to take into consideration is that none of the IP fusions like Donatello and the other girl, they're not available, right? But I think that's not a surprise, so there you go. So that's going to be all for now, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you smash that like button like a boss. And as always, if you like information on these videos, make sure you share it with your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe for more Ray Challenges content. And I'll catch you guys later.